Test 1, 2, 3. 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 Okay. Figured I'd have some fun with the chest mount today. Gonna be getting into some complex mechanical stuff here. Uh-oh. What's wrong with my Restream TTS app? Does it need an update? Uh-oh. Something's not working. Unless it's already logged in. Maybe, but it should say, like, connected. Doesn't say it's running in the background. Fuck. Something broke on my Restream TTS app. Maybe if I clear the data. Clear cache, clear data. Reopen it. Fuck. Gonna have to fire up the IDE and figure out what's wrong with this thing. Well, so I'll just have to try to read the chat. On the Restream app. Hey, Dad. I can see you said you're working on YouTube. They still haven't added text-to-speech on their app. I can see. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to hear your chat messages like I usually do. Something broke on my custom app. Unfortunately. But I can still check the chat log every once in a while and See if you said anything. Okay. So, where did I leave off here? As you can see, the connecting rod here is completely seized inside the flywheel. Like, that shouldn't be that stiff. There should be some motion to it. Am I streaming through Starlink? No. I'm just using my normal hotspot. So here is a crankshaft that works. Or a connecting rod. It's not really the crankshaft that's broken. Right here. So this rotates nicely. So that's what I'll be replacing. That entire assembly. But before I can do that, I have to remove the entire, not the entire engine. Most of the engine's already removed, but what's left of it here is called the crankcase. And I need to pull it out of the frame and split it open. And then I can swap this out. So in order to do that, I needed to I need to order another one of these. Another one of these, I think. Should order it. I already had it in my eBay shopping cart. I think I might do that right now. Instead of just trying to use like liquid. A liquid gasket. Okay, that's ordered. All right. Now, I'm gonna crack the garage. Some light in, some air in. So, the next thing I was going to do was take the, this is the shifting mechanism. Ooh. External gear shift linkage. That's what it's called. Technical term. So Let's read about that. So this is pretty much the last thing I have to remove from either side of the engine, besides this big bolt. And this big bolt here is kind of the main reason that the engine is still in the frame, because having it in the frame, fuck me. I think it's fine. Surprised that fell out. So this needs to be on there. Like that, so I can fit a tool on there. That would, I mean, the fact that this is seized against the side of the engine means it can't spin anyway, but I don't really want to rely on the fact that this is seized to basically hold the rotor still. I'm actually gonna have to hammer that washer, so I will pop this off for now. But anyway, I'll use this tool here, the rotor holder tool. I put that big metal thing on there. And I'll put it like, I'll be trying to turn it to the left to loosen it. So let's see, that would be this way, right? Going that way. So maybe that will be enough to loosen it. Just the fact that that's like seized as shit. I just don't want to damage like the side of the cylinder or anything. Don't really care about damaging the connecting rod. But for now, the next step is the external whatever it's called, part of the clutch system, part of the transmission system. thing here. Don't really know anything about it. Let's see what it says. External gear shift linkage. Removal. The external gear shift linkage is located behind the right side cover and is partially covered by the clutch. Visual inspection of the shift shaft assembly is possible without removing the clutch. To completely remove the external gear shift linkage, perform the following. Remove the right case cover as described in this chapter. Remove the clutch as described in this chapter. Put the transmission in neutral. This can be verified by the position of the lever on the shift cam. The roller should rest in the neutral detent on the shift cam, figure 44. Right there. Okay. Let's verify that. Oh, yeah. Looks like we're in neutral. Wait, are we? What does that mean? I see. It's like one of the points of the star here. Right there. That's cool. Here we go. That's in neutral now. So, let's see what else it says. The transmission in neutral. The roller should rest in the neutral detent on the shift cam. Remove the shift lever from the left side of the engine. That's done. Pull the shift shaft assembly from the engine. Figure 45. The fuck? Just pull it out? I guess so. Get that foot peg out of the way again. Should get the big light over here. Where did their bolts go for the foot peg? Are these in? I think so. That big boy there. Okay. Oh yeah, here's the crank puller / installer tool. That thing was $60, and it's going to be needed for putting the two halves of the engine back together with the crank shaft assembly inside of it, and doing so without fucking that up, because it is possible to damage the flywheels when you try to compress the two sides of the engine back together. And if you don't have a special tool that Kawasaki makes, there's a danger you damage the crankshaft assembly. Alright, so, but you don't need that tool. You can use this Tusk tool, which I guess works even better. Alright, so I can pull this out. Here's my shifter. Wow. I think this thing needs some cleaning. I might even benefit from replacing this because the grooves are probably so worn. Clean that off. Clean it up a bit. Right there. All right, what's it say next? Getting this page pretty dirty. My messy hands. It occurred to me that if I had ever given my bike to a shop to try to fix with how dirty it was, they'd probably just be like, screw this, we're not even going to try to touch this engine. It's too filthy. I've cleaned it up quite a bit in the process of this job. A lot of engine degreaser. And there's still some spots on the frame and around the engine that I want to clean. But it's way better than it was. Alright, so that's removed. Don't need to take it apart any further, I don't think. Remove the shift lever from the left side of the engine. Pull the shift shaft assembly from the engine. Remove the gear positioning lever, A46. Is that gonna like spring load and like break my finger? And torsion spring, figure 46. Okay. So this whole shifting assembly is like pretty pretty easy to take on and off, evidently. Just pull it off, I guess. Oh, never mind. There's a hex bolt there, and there's a standard bolt as well. So that looks to be about size 10 millimeter. It's already on there. Pop that off. Anytime something's under spring pressure, it makes me nervous. Oh shit. Little tiny washer there. Don't want to lose that. Grab my little magnet tool. Keep all this with the other portion of the gear linkage assembly. Alright, I guess it's a hex bolt. I have some of those in here. Right size might already be in here. There we go. Uh-oh. Did I screw up? Oh, no, it's okay. So, this in here, lefty loosey. That was on there pretty tight. What about this thing? Somehow I don't think the case is gonna just split apart easily. When that time comes, there we go. Now I probably didn't need to remove that, but just following the manual's instructions, and I'm removing every assembly that I can from either side of the bike. Alright. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. It's kind of gross. Give me a Hitler mustache with oil. Don't want that. This giant ass bolt. And before we can do that, you have to hammer out the lock washer. It's kind of hard to do, especially when this thing wants to move around. Maybe I can put something in there. Oh, shaved your face, huh? Nice. Nice, clean. Clean face. Tucking in my shirt. All right. Anything I can jam down there? Piece of wood. Or something. How about this thing? It's even got a rubber, no, that's too big. It's a little too big, I think. Maybe this thing. Maybe that through there. Should be fine. All right. I bent my little ramrod a little bit the other day. It's got a kink in it now. check. So here's the lock washer. I just use a flathead and try to get under it. At first, anyway. Looks like it's working. There we go. It's being stubborn. Thing wants to move around. There you go. We'll probably try to reuse this, so I don't want to screw it up too bad. Maybe I shouldn't try to reuse it. I should try to order a new one. Alright, so now that it's at that point, be careful not to strike my GoPro with the hammer in the backswing. Now I can kind of use this to flatten it out. Motherfucker. Stop doing that. That's so annoying. Making progress. This little point right here is probably gotta come down a bit. Maybe over here. All right. I think that might be enough. Flattened enough to turn it. So it's gonna be on there really fucking tight. Oh, a hammer with some mass. Yeah, it works okay. Little ball peen hammer. So here's the 32 millimeter socket. That took me a few tries to guess right. with the extender. So I can turn it because that, okay, see, yeah, that's, I have to use the gear breaker or the rotor holder tool. So I think I'm going to need to turn this a little bit though before I can properly use that. Forcefully turn this. All right. Probably stick something through the connecting rod. Something really strong. If I had it, it would probably bend it though, whatever I put in there. All right. I would prefer to so I'm going to be trying to turn it to the left, right? So from that way, that's to the right. So this way, I'm trying to go like this. So I would prefer to have this thing just up against here, I think. So I'm going to keep turning that a little bit. Actually, yeah, just throw the foot peg back on real quick. Grab this. Grab. When do you remove the engine from the frame? After this step, I'm pretty sure. The engine's. Oh, the POV is working good. Cool. Yeah, I've got the engine and the frame still because that's supposed to make it easier to undo these really tight bolts. Because if it was just sitting on the bench, I would need to hold the whole engine steady, like completely solidly still somehow to be able to turn this shit. But when it's on the bike, it's a little bit easier, I guess. Okay, that fits right there. Now it shouldn't be able to go rotate to the left. Okay. Here we go. Oh, that was hard. Ow. Piece of jag in the middle. There you go. That's how you do it. And pull this big old gear off here now. Big fat washer. This massive ball bearing. Alright. Making progress. So now I can remove the engine. Pretty sure. I don't think I can get anything else out of here. These 3 shafts for the balancers, they can't go through either side while the engine's together. Well, 2 shafts for the balancer. I'm kind of curious if I remove this, whatever this is. So that's great. We had all the tools we needed. Right size socket. Another table just for the engine. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna put it somewhere on this, my makeshift workbench, I think, that I built. Just need to organize the parts a little bit. All right. Take this off. Yeah, there's a bolt right here. What are these bolts for? Never saw a mention of them. Make sure I don't lose the Woodruff key. That's a very important little piece of the puzzle. It's over here now. It's back here. Yeah, it's somebody leaf blowing outside. Probably picks it up on the mic pretty loudly. Foot peg back off. So now the engine is mounted to the frame at 3 points, I think. Right here, and right here. Yeah, the garage setup, I know. If I accomplish anything while I'm living here in this apartment, I want it to be getting my motorcycle back in working order. Give it some more life. Pretty much everything has been replaced except the transmission. Everything complex. That gets a lot of wear. I replaced the cylinder head, I replaced the cylinder itself, I replaced the piston. Now I'm replacing the crankshaft and the connecting rod. I mean, I guess the next thing to fail will probably be the stator. or the transmission. I don't even know how the transmission works. I think I'll be leaving it mostly pieced together when I do this. I probably, oh, tilt the camera up. Okay. Yeah, here's the transmission and shift mechanism. Looks like it's in two pieces. It stays on the right side of the engine when I split the crankcase. A lot of complex gears. What are these things? Shift drum and forks. I need to re-watch that video you found that explains how transmissions work. The 5 gears and neutral. Alright, so we are on chapter 6, or back to chapter 5. We had to take a detour to chapter 6. Crankcase. The following procedure details the disassembly and reassembly of the crankcase. When the two halves of the crankcase are disassembled or split, the crankshaft, balancer shafts, and transmission assemblies can be removed for inspection. See, that's what I was saying. These balancer shafts stay in here. You can't pull them out while the engine's still in one piece. Oh yeah, the stator. Yeah, it should last, I think, a good while if I don't overload it. Looks like it's still in pretty good shape. Right here. I don't see anything obvious, any fried circuits or discoloration. The crankcase halves are made of, balancer shafts and transmission assemblies can be removed for inspection and repair. Before proceeding with this procedure, remove the engine from the frame as described in this chapter. All assemblies located in the crankcase covers must be removed. That's what I just finished doing. They just sort of gloss over that requirement. Some kind of mysterious Japanese magic. An assembly of those 3 things. Yeah. Some ancient riddle of steel. Oh, shoot. So they kind of gloss over, like you're reading through this chapter. Okay, how do I get the crankcase apart so I can take the flywheel and connect the connecting rod out to replace it? And you read this and it says, all assemblies located in the crankcase covers must be removed. It may be easier to remove these assemblies with the engine in the frame. The engine will remain steady during the disassembly process. So, before you continue from this point, you have to look up the chapter on the clutch assembly, and also The alternator, if you didn't already take that apart, so this chapter over here, describes taking the alternator apart. So that's on the left side. You have to do that first on the left side, and then that's in chapter 9. And then you come back and you can take apart the balancing system, which was in chapter 5 to begin with. So now you can take apart all the shit that's on the left side of the engine, all the balancer stuff. And then after you do that, you have to jump to chapter 6, clutch, gear shaft mechanism, lubrication mechanism, and then you got to take apart the clutch, take the clutch out, and the shifting mechanism and the oil pump. And then after you do that, you can undo this really strong bolt, which it shows doing right there. You see, it shows the rotor still being mostly assembled here on the left side of the engine. But you don't necessarily need to have it like you saw me do it. I just put that big piece of metal back on, whatever this is called. I think it's part of the stator, but electrical generator. And then you can put the holding tool, the rotor holding tool, on the left side, and that lets you crank this really tight 32 millimeter bolt off. So after you do that, you jump back to crankcase. Now you can finally continue from here. Any reference to the left or right side of the engine refers to the side of the engine as it is mounted in the frame, not on the workbench. As components are removed, keep the parts organized and clean. Leave the right case half facing down until all assemblies have been removed from the crankcase. Place the engine on wooden blocks with the left side facing up. Figure 36. I don't have any wooden blocks, sadly. I might want to go loot some you got plenty of wooden blocks at your place, Dad. It's a shame that I can't use them. But maybe it's not super necessary. I can probably remove the engine and split the crankcase without needing them. But it would be nice to have the blocks, I think, to hold it steady on this frickin' rickety workbench. Might be something I can find around the complex. Or maybe I can use some like foam that I have. Just some cardboard, I don't know. So, place the engine, loosen the 13 bolts. So it doesn't actually say how to remove it says remove the engine from the frame as described in this chapter. So I think it says here how to, yeah, it shows you the very beginning of chapter 5. Talks about taking the engine out. Long list of things you have to do first, obviously. Remove the engine mounting bolts and brackets as follows. When removing the bolts, be aware that the engine may shift in the frame. Keep hands protected and check the stability of the motorcycle and engine after removing each set of bolts. I think we'll be okay with the bike on the lift. on the jack. So, yeah, just don't want it to crush your fingers. Get assistance when removing the engine from the frame. Remove the bolts A, figure 2, and upper mounting brackets B. Okay, so that's right here. I wonder if I need to take my crash bars off for this. Probably not. But maybe. That would kind of suck. So they're kind of hard to put back together. Guess I might as well. I think I might need to. I don't know if the engine is gonna be able to get out with these crash bars on here. I guess I could just try it. I think I'm going to be drilling this out anyway up here for the upgraded frame bolt kit. Remove the bolts and lower mounting bracket. B4 pivot swing arm pivot nut. Do not remove the bolt at this time. Warning, in the following step, do not completely remove the swing arm pivot bolt from the frame. Pull the bolt, figure 5, out just far enough to remove the engine. Complete removal allows the swing arm to fall. What the hell is the swing arm? Oh, it's like the rear fork or something, isn't it? Push the swing arm pivot bolt back into the frame. Clean and then inspect the frame around the engine. Check for cracks and damage, particularly at welded joints. Install the engine mounting bracket bolts and nuts. Finger tighten all the bolts. Apply. Oh, okay. Refer to the procedures in this chapter for servicing the crankcase assembly. Oh, okay. So this big old thing here doesn't go through the engine. Just here and here. And I don't want to pull this bolt all the way through. All right. Well, since I'm a lazy son of a bitch, I'm gonna try to leave this on. I don't have to take the crash bar apart too much. I think that's probably size 14, about size 14. About size 14. Oh, yeah, just all the way in the back, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Yep, that's the right size. I think I need my extender for this. Where did it go? Just had it in my hands. There it is. Fuck, what did I do with the bolt or the socket? Is it still on there? It's my size 14. Is that it? There it is. Alright. First time this has ever been removed by me. Maybe I do the other side, it'd probably be easier. And maybe I go like this. Use my little connector pieces. That's right on there. Get some leverage. Crank or crash bars are kind of in the way here. Oh yeah. Easy with the right tools. So when I pull this through, the engine could shift, it said. I think I have a 14 wrench. All right, pop this right there. It holds it steady. Oh, there we go. Okay. Is that welded to the engine? No. No, it isn't, right? It's welded to the frame. So I should be able to just lift this out of there. I think. Maybe I should read a little more carefully what it said about. It's a nice engine frame bolt. Oh, the reinforced frame bolts. I'm pretty sure where those go is right here. This is the subframe bolt. It's where the subframe sort of connects to the primary frame. This part right here. So when I pack my panniers full of gear and I put the bike over its rated limit, weight limit, most of the pressure from the weight on the back of the bike is on this part right here. And I guess these bolts, these stock bolts from Kawasaki, are known for being weak braking. So I'm going to put one big bolt right here, and then the other bolts I think go down here. Like I have some, I don't think this is even the right size on my, but yeah, I think it goes there, other side there, and then up here. Oh, all you can see is the floor under the engine? My bad. So yeah, this bolt right here is the subframe bolt. And it's known for braking, especially if you weigh down the rear of your bike with shit. And once that happens, my bike was like this when we pulled it off the truck that we had haul it from California. Somehow this bolt had come out and like rattled out on the ground or something. It might have even been like that when I left it at Ken's place. I don't know. But I don't think my bolt broke. I think it just rattled out or something. Because I don't really remember. Like, this looks like the stock one. But yeah, the upgrade bolt goes through here, and you have to drill it out because it's a larger bolt. And I think it also goes down here. So the 2 points where the subframe connects to the primary frame. Here and here on either side, and then up here. So three bolts total, I think. But for now, I'm going to read what this said again. This right here. Wait a minute. That's that bolt. What the hell? Okay, so 4A. Oh, and 4B. The pivot bolt. So it says remove the rear mounting bolt. Figure 4A. Okay, remove the swing arm pivot nut. Figure B. Do not remove the pivot bolt at this time. Warning, do not completely remove the swing arm pivot bolt from the frame. Pull the bolt out just enough to remove the engine. Complete removal allows for the swing arm to fall. Pull the swing arm pivot bolt out so it clears the engine, then remove the engine from the frame. Okay, I got it. So I removed this bolt completely. Can see it perfectly? Okay. Yeah, I knew that last time I tried this, I had problems with keeping it pointed where I was looking. But when I'm standing up straight, it's up too high, and I just need to keep my torso straight. Good posture. All right, so that's size 14 again. You need to hold that steady. Over here. All right, so it's turning lefty loosey. It's going to want to go up against this, I think. Shit. Maybe over here. There we go. Remove this completely. Clean it off because it's filthy. Shit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that this happened because you can see shavings from the connecting rod all over here. Right here, this gold right here. Gold metal shaving. See that? It's like brass colored. Somehow the connecting rod got all fucked up. I'm kind of glad that I was forced to do this because I've been meaning to. The only way I was ever going to clean every part of this bike from the years of grime and buildup was to take this engine apart, remove it from the frame, clean it by hand. Alright, so I can remove this bolt completely. That's you could be using your screwdriver with the wrench adapter. Oh, the battery powered drill. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I need to try to buy a new battery for this. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to seem like I was looking a gifted horse in the mouth, but this battery won't charge. I'm guessing it's the battery. But I can just order one off Amazon for like The lower end of the connecting rod. Well, I can see, Dad. It's super clear to me that it's this. The connecting rod won't actuate. So whatever this is hydraulically pressed together. This component. And whatever you call the point where the connecting rod connects to the two flywheels right there, that's what's fucked up. This doesn't want to turn anymore. So unless I would need special equipment to repair mine, I think. That's why I just bought a whole new one. All right, pulling this out. Is that going to be able to go through there? Yeah, it is. There's some kind of like bracket right here. Look how dirty this thing is. Holy hell. Keep using my my thing here. I wouldn't worry about returning it, Dad. I think it'll be a lot easier just to order a battery off Amazon for 25 bucks. That way I won't have to wait. And if it's not the battery that's messed up, all I have to do is order a charger and I'll have two good working batteries. Let that soak for a bit. All right, now for the scary part. That's a big old bolt right there. I might have the right size socket, so I've been buying big sockets lately. That's too small. $20 is too small. I think I have a 22. $22 is the right size. Perfect. All right. I'm gonna use this again. This bolt off here. Without busting my knuckles too much. It's not turning. Cool. Should just come right off. So it looks like this is going to be a little bit of a finesse job right here. I need to push the bolt, or pull the bolt, so the engine can be removed, but not too far, so the swing arm falls. This should be fun. All right. Before you give up on the battery, I have a technique that may allow you to get the charger to work. Okay. Yeah, you're pretty knowledgeable about these batteries, aren't you? "12-volt battery stuff." All right, use my ram rod. Be careful. Ooh, okay. Don't want to budge yet. All right. So I'm going to lift it up. Holy shit. Okay. This does, in fact, need to get removed. So, I'll just remove the crash bars completely. Probably, yeah. Maybe strap that engine or something before you pull out the supporting bolt. I got it. If the battery falls below a certain level, the charger can't sense it, so you use another battery to charge it up a little. So the battery charger will sense it. Okay. Yeah, that might be what happened. You'll have to tell me how to do that. Do not know what you mean. Before I go any further, just clear off the space for the engine. Cowabunga. Here's the oil pump. Apparently this thing needs a gasket. Put it over there by the water pump. Coolant pump. This stuff over here. This lady's doing. Okay. Mom and I were joking about the upstairs neighbors screaming, "Stop the hammering." Yeah, it's I know the people that live up above this garage. It's like a young couple, younger than me. They seem pretty friendly. I don't think they would probably just put up with it before they complained. The fuck? What is this thing? Oh wow. Don't want to lose that. Connects the two gears together. Okay, to make sure nothing's gonna just roll away, fall off the back, get lost. Put this on the ground over here. This other two bolts. Foot pegs used. Shit. Oh, there. Okay. All right. The engine will go right here. I thought that garage floor looked like it was already being used as a mechanic's garage when you moved in. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that. I'm sure at some point there's somebody like me doing the same shit. Just on a different bike, maybe. This place has been around for a while, I think. Alright. Size 14. Got a size 14. I always think of Silence of the Lambs every time you have to use the 14 millimeter. Okay. Is that a smaller bolt size? Yeah, it's probably like a 12. Oh yeah, I have a 12, but I do have a 1/2. Oh no, I have a 12. There we go. Is this even going to do anything? Yeah, I guess it will. I think I will take the crash bars off, just to make my life a little bit easier. Yeah. Oop. Spacer. That's right, there's always spacers and shit. That's why I didn't like taking the crash bars off. The reason my engine is so filthy is because of all the times it's sprayed oil out from the top part. Okay, it looks like some of the weight of the engine is on this bolt right here, so I need to watch my fingers or lift the engine up a little bit somehow. Tire iron, perhaps. Pry bar. There you go. Oh, lost the spacer. Okay, my ram rod. Shit's so dirty. Boom. Let's get these crash bars off. It's weird, it looks like 2 bolts. Maybe it is. I forget how I did this. $14? $15? Size 15 bolt. I don't know if I have 15. Shit. Oh, I do. Haha. So this will hit the deck if you don't hold on to it. So you can see what happens when your subframe bolt fails. Ugh. It's got these big spacers in them. I'm pretty sure on the other side, I lost the spacer. If I remember correctly. I'm going to spray this down with some water. Okay. Almost ready to split the crankcase. That whole procedure is pretty involved, I guess. Well, it's not really involved, but the various bolts holding the two halves together around the engine are all different lengths. So you have to like create a diagram to remember which, like the climber manual recommends taking a piece of cardboard, drawing the shape of the engine, and then punching holes where the bolts go. So you have like a little template of where to place them when you have to put it back together, because they're all varying lengths, so they don't go through explaining where each one goes. Oh yeah, look what I used as a spacer on this bolt. Whoa! Yikes. Fuck. All the tension's on this right here. I need to hold this up somehow. Too short. Don't want it. Put too much tension on those wires. Come on. Still a lot of tension. Maybe put the seat under there. There we go. Cool. So yeah, this is what I used as a spacer before. We need to remove that. Very good, very good. Okay, we are ready to extract the crankcase. For the first time ever in my life, removing an engine from the frame of a motorcycle. Remove the engine. Clean and inspect the frame. So, pull the swing arm pivot bolt so it clears the engine, then remove the engine from the frame. What did it say? Place the engine on wooden blocks with the left side facing up. Okay. So I want to place it on something so there's not a bunch of pressure on this shit. Let's see what I can do. Maybe just these 2 rolls of paper towels. In the meantime, till I get some wooden blocks. That should work. They don't roll away. All right. Let's do this. Should just come right out. Where do I want to grip this from? Ooh! Oh shit, that's heavy. Whoa. Yeah, that's a lot of weight on the workbench. Look at that. Sheesh. Damn, is that thing filthy. Well, I gotta go find some wooden blocks. I think the workbench will hold. Hell yeah. Got a lot more cleaning to do on that. Might need to go buy some more cleaning foam. Go back and look for washers. Oh yeah, here's a spacer. Oh man, it's so filthy. I need to buy some more foam, cleaning foam. Okay. This isn't too messed up, is it? Yes, thank you. I know it sounds weird, but really I'm so glad I'll finally be able to clean the fucking engine. It's so grimy. You probably can't really see it as well as I can, but so much buildup. Well, I guess I'm gonna come back to this later. I need to get my hand on some wooden blocks so I don't have to use the paper towels. And I'm gonna go buy some more degreaser, I think, from the auto parts place. There's lots of wooden, what are they called, pallets around here with some good like 2x4s on them that I've seen around the dumpsters around here. I can probably salvage some wood from that, or maybe just buy some wood from Home Depot and saw it. So I'll probably how to keep it clean, yeah. Yeah, the way to keep it clean is just to make sure you don't have oil spraying out of the top and leaking down all over the engine over and over. That happens so many times to me. Just constantly taking the top part of the cylinder head off. Alrighty. I think my yeah, I have a parcel pending. Here, I'll take you on a little walk before I end the stream to the mail room. Through the complex. Say hi to my neighbors. Oh, my hands are nice and clean. So I use the gloves. Keys. This should be the bolt upgrade kit in my mailbox. My mailroom locker. Zippity doo dah, zippity yeah. I'm hoping that replacing this whole mechanism, the connecting rod and the crankshaft, will help with the issue I was trying to solve before, where I felt like the bike was too loud. And I was having some other issues that I thought were carburetor related. But it might have just been the process of my connecting rod failing, getting harder and harder for the engine to turn over until it finally just seized. So I'm hoping when I replace this part, it'll run a lot smoother and be quieter. It's kind of a shot in the dark, but that would be a pleasant surprise. Because I couldn't explain why I felt like it was getting louder, you know? And it might have been because of that. Open the gate. Redstone Ranch. Yeehaw! Okay. Kiosk A, access code 8988683. Oh, other side. Right here. What the fuck? There's nothing in there. Maybe somebody forgot to close theirs. Oh, there it is. Here. There we go. Cool. Should be some gaskets. We'll close this one. Broken. Check the mail. Shit. Junk. Junk, junk, junk. Alrighty. This is the upgraded frame bolts. Here, I'll go this way this time. Push to exit. Sorry if you said anything. I cleared my chat when I switched apps. Might be able to see what you said on YouTube. Sorry if you said anything. Okay. Brivo. Open the gate. Okay. There's my garage. I'm fortunate to have been able to take a couple of weeks off of print genie work. Dipped into the credit card a little bit, but I definitely needed a break, like an extended break. Nice to spend some time with John as well. And the fact that he has his car with him is fantastic. So I was going a bit stir crazy in here. My bike looks hilarious with no engine in it. Ha, you're naked. You're missing an engine. Okay. Got some bolts here. Got some bolts. There's the drills. That's some more Eagle Mike shit. That's Eagle Mike is the guy that hooked me up with a new cylinder and a fancy piston. He's obsessed with the KLR650. That's what makes the KLR so great, is the really just Eagle Mike. I don't know why Kawasaki hasn't like hired him as the chief KLR engineer. Probably because they don't want to move to Japan. I hope they at least learn some things from his products and shit when they came out with a new bike, a new edition. I think that's where the gaskets go down there. Nice piece of cardboard. I'm going to use this to mark the holes. Alrighty, I'm out of here. I'll take a break, That's the best thing about this garage is, well, the garage and not needing a vehicle at the moment for anything besides recreation, so that I can fucking take my time. Just do a little bit every day instead of stressing about it on the road. Got to stay on top of maintenance if you're going to live off a motorcycle. Or at least get a new motorcycle every 30,000 miles. I don't really know how I could have got much more life out of my engine. Well, I guess I could have treated it a lot better. I kind of fucked it up with the whole cooling system when I swapped the two hoses on the pump. So it was trying to flow in a reverse order through the engine. I'm sure that caused some extra wear. And then the fact that the balancing tensioner socket spring broke and the balancer chain got all out of whack, and I rode it around for a while with extreme vibration. I'm sure that didn't help. And I think I ran it kind of low on oil a few times. What else? How else did I abuse this machine? Oh yeah, it said to push it back through this part. Does it screw through that portion? Alright, fuck it. Ay, ay, ay. Got a new battery too. I need to fill the acid up. And I got a new front tire. I got to replace that. Go back to stock on the carburetor. Should feel like a brand new bike, I would think. Once it's all back together. In the stream on a nice view of the countryside. John wants to test out his camping gear. I told him he should just go down in that group of trees. Do some urban stealth camping. They might run into some homeless people doing the same thing.